Yes, hello, my name is Reginald Browning, and today I'm going to talk to you about community service. But before I start, I'm going to show you my note cards real quick. Here's one of my note cards. It's got my quotes on it. Oops, sorry about that. Alrighty. I have 4 of them. Alright, so how many of you have participated in community service? Because I know I have. So good evening, my name is Reginald Browning, and today I'm going to talk to you about community service and why it is good for our community. And so community service, the reason I wanted to talk to you about this topic is because I feel that we need to participate in more community activities to help grow our community and just help better each other and help grow our connections with each other. And I think I'm credible to talk to you about community service because I've participated in many community service activities and other things with many people and different things, and I've researched the topic, so I feel like I'm very credible to talk to you about this topic. So what volunteer work or community service basically is work or volunteer work that's been done in the community and done without pay or anything, just voluntarily done. And I'm talking to you about this in hopes that it will persuade you to participate in more community activities or other things in the community. So please be active. So to start it off, I'm going to describe my topic, community service. So basically what community service actually is, like I said, work done in the community, and there's other people have different definitions of community service based off of what they believe, but what it is something that we need to do to help each other out, and we should, basically that's what my picture is for too, basically something that we should be doing together, and it takes involvement, cooperation, and teamwork. So it's not something that always can be done easily, so that's why we always have each other to do it. And that's why I feel like the main part about it is the fact that we have each other and we should be working together. And something that I have from an article called Volunteer Work and Wellbeing by Peggy A. Thoits and Lindy N. Hewitt, it says volunteering, the definition of volunteer work is volunteering is the voluntary giving of time and talents to deliver services or perform tasks with no regret or no direct compensation expected. So that's basically something that'll help community service. And that's basically what they think volunteer work is. And another one is from Community Service by Constance A. Flanagan. Wrong one, y'all. Here it is. Volunteer Work Experience by Agnes N. Bass. And basically what she says is she volunteered in order to give part of her time for the benefit of her community. And basically volunteer work is something to help our community. Or it can be something to help our community. So it's something that takes a lot of work. It's not always going to be something that'll be like that. And like I said, the togetherness part about it, we need each other to complete a task, a volunteer work task. So it's something that we should not necessarily be independent on or not necessarily be dependent on, but we can rely on others for help. So I've talked to you, described my topic. Now I'm going to talk to you about how I'm connected personally with community service. So basically the first instance of community service that I've been put into was with my church. I've been involved with community service or volunteer work activities pretty much all my life. One instance could be when I first started would be just helping out in the community by going to the van, donating clothes, helping clean up the van, and basically helping with feed the community, helping with backpack. We have this thing called back to school blowout, and we help by giving backpacks full of supplies to those who aren't as fortunate, and it's something that is very amazing. Another thing that I've participated in is Thanksgiving. There's something that my grandparents always do, and we always go and give out food to the needy and less fortunate who aren't as fortunate to provide Thanksgiving meals for themselves. So what we do is we basically take meals out and we give them to those who may need it, those that we see fit. And lastly, a way that I'm connected with community service is this thing called Recycle Bikes. And this is also involved with my church. And we basically fix up bikes for orphans and we give them to them. And it makes them happy. It really does. They cherish those bikes and just the smiles on their faces that we see whenever we give the bikes away. So I've talked to you about the ways that I'm connected in community service. Now I'm going to explain why it's important to our community and the benefits of community service. So basically, community service is something that our community is in dire need of, and it's something that we shouldn't take for granted. So a way that we are benefiting from this is that we learn from community service. We can learn selflessness and rather than selfishness, and it helps us to grow and better ourselves rather than just staying selfish. And it helps us give back to the community. And a quote that from Learning Through Service, an article by Nancy Kristoff says, "Service includes supporting the life of the university. It also includes using one's scholarly or creative ability in service, both to one's profession and to those outside the profession." And that's basically a definition of community service for them. And it's basically to them providing for the community, also, and also providing for themselves outside of their profession and inside of their profession. Another thing is Community Service by Constance A. Flanagan says that others have documented the fact that young people learn from community service. And these things, like I said, include selflessness, learning selflessness. So basically, we can help uplift each other and give back to each other rather than just keeping to ourselves, and it's something that we need in our community. Lastly, I'm going to talk to you about, the benefits. One way that we can benefit from community service is that it's something that looks good on a resume. It's not only something that helps our community, but it's good for us too because it could help us get the job over somebody that looks better on their applications. Community service looks good on the application, so that's a way we benefit from that. So in conclusion, I've described community service. I've talked to you about how I'm connected with it and the benefits of community service and why it's good for our community and other ways we can benefit from it. Hopefully you will take an opportunity to participate in community service activities outside. So don't forget to sign up for a community service list or activity that you can participate in. Thank you for your time.